We on? We live? I got the band All People
Yeah.
Hello.
in the house.
Hello.
We are in the attic of the house.
Still part of the house.
Yeah, it's a nice house.
Just had some delicious bagels.
Yeah, in New Jersey.
Hole in the wall.
It was good stuff.
Place was great.
Guys, thanks for doing this with me.
Thank
Of
you.
course.
Yeah.
Gosh, I mean, the appreciation is all directed towards you. I mean, come on.
Stoked to be on the first episode.
Yeah, let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
If you're listening,
If it goes well, it'll happen again. If not, sorry.
yeah, this is the very first and last one. Why don't you fellas go around the room, say your name, your sign, your horoscope, something about yourself.
Hey, I'm Josh. I play guitar in All People. I'm actually the new guitar player. I joined about a year and a half ago. This is my third tour with the group. Going good so far, but, we'll see how it ends up. I'm
Tension.
I think I'm a Capricorn.
Good.
I'm a very loyal person. And I'm going to hand it over to Bobby now.
My name's Rob. I play drums in All People,
Bobby Gumbo.
or Bobby Gumbo. I am an entrepreneur of many things. I like to make pizza. I like to paint bathrooms. I teach high school kids. And what else do I do? I play a lot of instruments.
You play in
Yeah.
4 bands.
I play in
or
a lot of
something like that.
bands. I like being in this band a lot. Takes me to a lot of places. I've been on every tour with All People, and I've enjoyed it very much.
My name's Greg. Rodrigue also goes by Gerg. I am from New Orleans, Louisiana. So is this band. So is the record label that Daniel Ray and I run, Community Records. I'll be turning 30 next month, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. Just got engaged this year. Thank you. And my sign is Taurus. I'm bullheaded.
Obviously,
stubborn.
yeah. We know.
But I try to get things done, I think. Yeah. We started All People 3-4 years ago. And man, I'm real stoked on the current lineup, or the lineup right now, and our new record. And I'm sure we're going to talk about that in a little bit. And I'm going to hand it over to D-Ray.
That's me. My name's D-Ray. From New Orleans as well. Run Community Records with Greg Bott. Yeah. Playing All People. Work at this awesome pizza place called Mid-City Pizza with Rob and Josh, a bunch of other people on Community Records. Curating pizza in New Orleans.
Can you talk about the pizza that you had last night? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
no, great
I think it's worth
segue.
noting.
Great segue. So they have these amazing things called fat sandwiches in New Jersey, and one of them is called the Fat Zach.
I had it too.
Yeah, Rob had it. And,
I had a bite.
It sold me because it wasn't just a sandwich, but a sandwich wrap. The sandwich part, the bread part, was 2 slices of cheese pizza, and that was great. It was 2 slices of cheese pizza, mozzarella sticks, and an order of fries with marinara sauce.
All wrapped up.
All wrapped up in a neat little pocket for you to shove down your gullet. And I'm feeling great about it still.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. There's been no repercussions yet, because usually by this point it's just like diarrhea time for everyone.
I
Not
just want
yet.
to jump in real quick and confirm that Josh, also had a bite.
Oh, wait. I'm an Aries, too. I didn't talk about my sign.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I'm a lover.
Good. Rob, I forgot you were teaching too.
Yeah.
Are you substitute teaching as well?
No, I don't really like to do that.
Me
that
neither.
much.
Oh, it's the worst.
It's bad.
It's pretty much babysitting.
I was going to say, it's like you're a babysitter.
Yeah.
I've just been teaching summer school while we've been touring extensively.
Cool.
It's been very nice.
Yeah. And you guys have been touring pretty extensively, right?
We toured a bunch in this same season last year, and then we kind of put touring on the back burner in order to focus on this record that we have out right now. And so the touring that we're doing right now is in support of the new record.
What's it called? New record?
It's called All People.
Nice.
It's self-titled.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
But yeah, last year we toured for 7 weeks, and then another 5 weeks.
And that was in
It
March.
was 7 and then
He's
3.
7 and then 3.
You came through New Brunswick again last time.
Yeah.
We played at our practice base.
Yeah.
in the West.
West.
That
Yeah.
was cool.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome spot.
I think that was one of the first couple shows y'all had there. I think.
Yeah, because we moved in there last January, and it needed to be renovated for like 2 months. It was like an abandoned building. Back in the like 90s or early 2000s, it was like the whole floor of that place was a big music studio, but then it kind of just fell off and was abandoned. So the people who run it, Phil and Kelly, they like busted their ass like painting all the walls and cleaning all the shit off the floor and scraping it. And it's tidy now. It's pretty
It
nice.
still works.
Seems awesome.
It's still going.
Yeah.
Cool.
They have a lot of shows. This month they had like 8 shows there.
Whoa.
So, because there's a lot of basements in New Brunswick, but they come and go. I don't know how like the house show scene is in New Orleans. If
It's a little different just because we don't have basements as an option. So, having a house show there, it's just imposing a little bit more on the neighborhood, and it's louder, so cops come, I guess, more regularly
Yeah.
or whatever.
we played when Best of the Worst was down there, we played that living room. And
Yeah.
then-
That was
You
on the
played in
West Bank.
backyard, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And who else? Lolly's played. So I remember Zach got naked at the end.
Uh-huh.
Dead Legends played, I think.
Yeah.
Somebody broke a window, I think.
Yeah, it was messy because there
Yeah.
was like 50 people packed in the living room,
Yeah.
and then Zach was bouncing off everyone naked.
Yep.
Look
Sounds
at
like
him,
a Lolly
look at him
show.
now. Still doing the same stuff, but more notorious.
Yeah, he broke his hand, right? Then he like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
punched some shit.
I think he punched the floor, maybe.
Yeah. He punched it coming out of a jump.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
You can call
Or
it
something.
that.
Yeah.
I'll never forget after that show in New Orleans. Like, I guess it was one of the Lolly's last shows. At that point, I don't know. It was probably like 2 years ago.
Probably.
Yeah.
I remember they're having a band meeting in the back or whatever, air quotes. But I remember Brian was talking to Zach about why he probably shouldn't have got naked. And like it was a serious talk just about the dumbest thing. And Zach was like, I just wanted to connect with the crowd, like draw energy. I'm like, I get it. I feel that. It was just fucking hilarious.
Oh. Just like a very like here's points of why you shouldn't have gotten naked. And his one is just, yeah, but I wanted to do it.
Yeah. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Dong flapping around.
Sounds like Zach.
So you guys are on the road now for another month?
Just like 2.5 weeks.
Cool.
And then we go home, and then we go out on another tour. It's basically going back up, straight up to the Midwest to play, what's the name of that?
It's called Vehicle City Fest.
Vehicle
and-
City Fest.
Yeah.
In Flint, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right on.
And it's to benefit the water crisis over there. And then we're heading out west via Denver and Salt Lake City up to the northwest, and then traveling down California for the Asian Man Records 20th anniversary, where we're playing with Link 80, ME330, and Slow Gherkin.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is really cool.
So those are all technically reunion shows for all those bands? Well,
Sorta.
ME330 kind of.
ME330 does stuff from now and from
Yeah, they've been doing like at least 10 shows a year, it seems like, maybe more, and they haven't completely gone into hiatus mode. So, and Dan, I mean, plays a ton. So he's still stayed really active, even if ME330 isn't playing all the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Then after that, we're gonna hit the Grand Canyon, see the big ravine, and
Vocab word of the day,
Mhm.
ravine.
and then back through Texas and then home.
Awesome.
And then we're playing Fest. I think that's like the big stuff. We have the album release once we get home in May.
And Fest is October, right?
Mhm.
Or are you
Yeah.
doing block party like the week before?
Well, you're either going to do that the week before or the week after.
Cool.
My throat isn't working.
I'm gonna ask this on the mic, but did somebody fart?
Oof. Tough call. There's a
think it's
dog
the
in
dog.
here.
And
So.
Champ farts.
Dude,
We have a
Here's
farting
Champ.
dog in the
maybe if you
studio.
weren't licking the couch all the time, you wouldn't be licking up all that fart juice.
All those couch enzymes are just giving you gas, you know?
Yum.
So Block Party is a festival that your label Community Records runs in New
Correct.
Orleans. It's an all-day banger, hootenanny. Lots of touring bands that are going to Fest come through there at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And October, right?
Yeah, we used to have it in April Wow. This is like the
Something's
worst time
wrong
to
with
not
your-
be able to
Clammed up.
talk. Take over somebody else.
Yeah, we used to do it in April, like mid-April, right before the New Orleans festival season starts with French Quarter Fest and Jazz Fest. It's beautiful weather. It's also very rainy at that time of year. But it was at the Big Top, this really awesome all-ages art gallery that is closed now. But then we decided to switch it to October because so many bands are coming through, like you said, for Fest, that it kind of made it easier to get some bands that, like, a lot of bands. It's kind of hard to get to New Orleans on
Yes.
like tour routing.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really make sense. So it's kind of advantageous to have them coming through. So we switched it to October, and October is also a beautiful time of the year in New Orleans. It's nice and cool.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Pretty-
Halloween is about to happen. That's great.
Fun masks and
Yeah,
costumes
yeah.
and all that.
But we can't decide if we're going to do it the weekend before or after this time.
Right on. I'm
Right.
sure it's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Either way.
It's always so much fun.
Who played last year?
Still just trying to figure out how to speak. Yeah, my throat is all. it's
No
not
worries.
working. Rat Boys, Woozy. Oh, is this not working anymore? Oh, there it is. There I am.
We're
That's
back.
how I speak.
We're live.
Rat Boys, Woozy, all people. Trying to remember. Don't whatever bands play. Don't get too mad at me.
Signals
Cal
Midwest.
Marks, Signals Midwest, Safety. Boyfriend Material,
Stuck Lucky.
Stuck Lucky.
Matt Wixon's Flying Circus.
Awesome. Cool.
All the pals.
Cal Marks is pretty cool too.
Yeah, they're great.
They played around here recently. A lot of those exploding in sound bands. That whole label has got some cool stuff.
Yeah, they do a really good job curating their bands.
Yeah, totally. And they have a good like
Definitely.
a niche sound kind of like. Because I was talking about this with someone else the other day. Like, there's certain labels that you can go to if you want to get a certain kind of music. Like, if you want to get like a punk band, you'd go to like Fat Wreck, or like, you know, if you wanted to get like a kind of noodly experimental band, you go to like Sergeant House or like shit like that.
Totally.
But then like, if you're a label trying to put out different kinds of music all the time, it's like harder to carve your niche.
Yeah,
So
Right.
absolutely. I feel like Exploding in Sounds has a special kind of weird northeastern twang to most of the guitar playing, especially like Pile and Cal Marks and all those types of bands.
Yeah.
But that's just Dan Golden. I think that just might be his sound. But there's outliers too. There's X Breathers, which is very hard, extreme, like hardcore, punk, harsh stuff. But
Yeah.
but they also have like they're not always hard edge kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think like that for us curating stuff, and then as far as I could tell with other labels, it's could you book a show where all these bands would play together and would it make sense?
Right.
And if you could do that, then
Makes sense.
yeah,
Right.
that makes sense.
yeah,
Is the mic still working or no?
I think it is.
Mike, are you there?
Mike.
Mike,
Cable or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be your cable. Try it again, Greg.
Mike,
Hello.
are you there?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're in there.
Am I
Mike.
there?
Cool.
All right.
So another thing I wanted to bring up was that you guys tour in a veggie van.
Oh yeah.
right?
So what's the deal with that? What do you just put French fries in your gas tank
Pretty
or
much.
Yes.
Fat sandwiches.
Stuff 'em in.
Pizza, burgers.
farts?
Any kind of trash, really.
Pretty much just fat
Runs
sandwiches.
on vegetarian food.
Pizza.
It's
burgers.
It's an
Is it
older Ford diesel
no
van
Farts series.
with a motor that they don't make anymore. That they had converted, or I'm part of the group now. That's right. We had converted in 2012, I think,
Mm-hmm.
to run on waste vegetable oil.
I think we actually, for history's sake, I think we did get the conversion in 2013. Actually,
Oh, okay.
I think it was just a process doing the Kickstarter and getting all the research and money together and all that stuff. But-
Right. See, I basically didn't exist at that time because I wasn't in the band. So.
But yeah, it's got a filtration unit, and we go find veggie oil around the country, and
Yeah.
runs on veggie oil. It can also run on regular diesel too.
Yeah.
Right. It's cool. It's hard to find this is not cool, but it's hard to find a diesel mechanic to work on it. Because like if you tell them about the veggie oil system, but you really shouldn't even have to tell them about it because vegetable oil is actually pretty similar to diesel at a certain temperature.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's just all about getting the right viscosity through temperature.
And the way that the engine's set up, like the Veggie system doesn't interfere with anything, doesn't change anything about the workings of the diesel system, so they can work on it just however. It's like, just don't touch it.
Cool.
You see a tube you don't really know, just
leave it alone.
this is not the tube you're looking for.
The hardest part, I'd imagine, would be getting parts for the van. If it's an old, it's like a '97 van, you were saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just like Josh had mentioned. It's more about finding a mechanic that knows diesels
And is
and
willing to work on it.
yeah. Oftentimes, if we can find a diesel mechanic, they are like, oh, okay, I know this engine, I know this van, because it was a 7.3 liter turbo diesel is definitely a popular engine when they were made. So
Cool.
The best part about the system, I think, too, is I like the process of getting the oil, or like the process of getting the oil is very interesting, and it's like another aspect to touring and like what we do. The relationships that you establish with some of these people that give you oil is actually pretty great. I mean, for the most part, we find Arbys pilots on the highway, and it's hard to get people to give you their oil, because by now a lot of places have contracts with companies that I don't know how much I can
It's
say
weird
about
that
this.
it's weird that they used to just give it all away and now they're selling it, right?
Yeah, where I don't know if there's like a patent on
Garbage.
Like there's like a restriction on, like, once it hits that tank in the back of the restaurant, it's suddenly someone else's property.
It's weird.
So it's a very strange. Oh, Josh wants to talk.
No, I'm just saying, if the company owns the tank, that's the cutoff point. So once it goes, like, the restaurant doesn't own the grease trap. It's usually the company, and that's where the contract is.
So it's strange, but going into restaurants and explaining, hey, we're a band from New Orleans and we're doing this thing, sometimes you get pretty interesting responses. And
We had such a fun experience in Richmond the other day. Like, we went looking. We had asked like 4 or 5 restaurants about it, and we're coming up empty, and we're like, let's just. There's this one last Thai place. Let's go see what's going on with this Thai place. And we walk in. This guy Jack from Houston ended up being like super cool, so nice. We like hung out with him for a minute, and yeah, he was just like a super nice guy. His food was delicious.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool that you get to meet a lot of people that way, because there is some sort of community for biodiesel, right?
Yes.
yeah, I mean, we found out through that experience that Southern hospitality is very real. And going somewhere else and just talking about, hey, we're from New Orleans, I don't know, it just was a great experience, and it kind of makes it all worth it, I guess. All the weird kind of extra work you have to do to get the oil and to be on the lookout for it. And it's a little more time consuming than just going to a gas station and just pumping gas. But at the end of the day, I think it's more rewarding in different ways.
Yeah. It's funny you say the Southern hospitality thing, because I feel like if you try to do it up here, more people be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Do you get a lot of confusing of like where they're just like, no, I don't know, I don't even know what you're asking, but I'm just so confused, I'm offended, and you should
I don't like it.
please leave now.
Yeah. That's funny, man.
It seems like in more populated areas like the Northeast, you're more likely to have a contract for your grease as a restaurant. But
Grease contract.
yeah, totally. But the Arbys pilot thing, usually those are truck stops out in the middle of nowhere. And I think they might, in some situations, they have to pay someone to come get it. And if we're just there to take it off their hands, it's
yeah,
like,
we're
oh,
doing
cool.
them a favor.
Yeah.
And then once you have it, you have to strain it, right?
Right.
Yeah, there's a bit of a process with making sure that there's no like extra French fries or crispy bits that are left in the oil, and then it also does need to be. So we have a filtration system, mechanical system built into the van, and that helps get out a lot of the contaminant that's in the oil and allows it to go through the engine.
The pump has a screen on it, and then it pumps into a colander, into one tank, and then it goes through a 2-micron filter into another tank, and then it goes from that tank through another 2-micron filter before it goes to the engine. So
And you get free gas.
And
That's,
it's
I
free
agree.
Yeah.
gas. Yeah.
And
Sometimes
we don't have to give money to like Chevron, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Right.
and it's better emissions.
Way better.
Sure.
It's all great stuff.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's really feel like pirates
Yeah. It is a really it's
sailing the greasy seas.
it's a fun thing to do on the road. You know, like normally I'd just be wasting my time just sleeping in a van or something, but now I'm like, maybe they got oil. I don't know.
Where's
On
the liquid gold?
Yeah. And you make your money back after like 2 years probably, right? Like with all the gas and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit of a trade-off. I think because it's an older diesel van, like diesels are just expensive vehicles to own to
Yeah.
some degree. And we do put a lot of miles on it, so I think it kind of just evens out, honestly. I think if we would have invested in like a newer gasoline engine, we probably wouldn't have to repair it as often, but we would definitely be spending more on fuel. And I think at the end of the day, that sort of there's a certain amount of aesthetic and spiritual satisfaction that I get out of not supporting these like giant
Yes.
corporations,
Right.
you know. So I think that's value enough to be like, okay, well, even if financially we're just breaking even on this, at least our money's not going to people that I would never want to support.
Yeah. I still won't go to BP, even though like I know all
Sweet.
gas companies are fucking terrible. I make a point to not go there.
We only go there in a pinch if we have to pee.
Yeah, I pee at BP all the time.
Pee at BP.
Put the P in BP.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Yes. Greg, I like your Alaska sticker on your
Oh
your mug.
The band is so good.
Yeah, I want to see them live. I've never seen them.
Oh,
They're really good
man.
live.
They played the Community Records South by Showcase and were like on a different level. Like Joel, the guitar player, was like throwing his guitar up in the air and then like successfully, you know, like
Yeah.
it was cool. And then like he hung it. Oh, I'm sorry. He hung it from the tuning knob. What's it called?
Yeah,
Little
young
tuning knob.
Yeah.
From like a wire that was in the tent that he was playing
Wait,
under.
where did he hang?
The guitar.
there's-
from like the tuning from the neck.
Oh, okay.
And he
Yeah,
was
there's
like
a photo
strumming
that's
it.
on like the Community Records social media where Joel from Alaska is just like underneath his guitar, and his guitar is like levitating like 4 feet above him.
It
And
was cool.
And he hung it from this string that was like above his head, and just like let it like ring out with some sort of feedback. It's pretty neat. I guess maybe he has a habit of doing that. I don't know. That was
I don't think so.
It was
I think-
not a sober decision.
Yeah. it was-
I know they toured quite a bit too. They did like a month or 2 month tour.
yeah.
They tour all the time.
I think I found out about them like a month after that tour, and I was just bummed that I missed. 'Cause
Missed
I-
it.
They probably played Brooklyn. I don't know if they played Jersey, but I told them if they're ever coming back to let me know. I'd love to get them a show.
Totally. We're hoping to meet up with them when we go to the West Coast. Play some shows with them in Vegas.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Joel, who plays in that band, also just launched a
Oh, yeah.
lapel label. Is that what it is?
It's like
It's they're like soft enamel pins, and he's releasing them in 4-packs for right now. But I don't know if he's actually gonna like be filling merch orders for bands or not. I think he just has plans to do cool art for bands and release them in packs.
Cool.
I see.
so he did like a who was it? It was D-Wolf, Woozy,
Rat Boys.
Weatherbox? Is that
yeah,
Weatherbox
Rat Boys
was
and
one.
Weatherbox are the first 4 bands.
Oh, he did pins for them?
yes, and they're
Oh,
like
fuck.
full like
They
multicolored.
look really cool. It's kind
really
of one of
cool
those
pins.
things where it's. I mean, I ordered some. They look great.
Yeah.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
I'm a Weatherbox fanboy.
Nice.
100%. I'm gonna play an Alaska song.
All right.
I-
Cool.
That
Let's
seems
let's
appropriate.
test out the.
What's the name of that song, Josh?
Uh,
My Nike's on.
the Hashish.
That was the one I was gonna play.
Nice.
I
That
don't even
song
have to
is
sing.
so
My
good.
jam, dude. Let's see.
Sing it, D-Ray.
They got chops.
That's not me.
Let's see how this.
Rob,
how
quit
this comes
singing.
out.
I could be the thing you need, but isn't that just self-deceit? My mouth is dry, and even that could be a lie. I tell myself as to why I won't go out at night.
Yeah. Banger song. Hashish Cristo.
Band is great.
Yeah, very cool. What were you going to say?
Oh, the first time I forget how I heard about them. I think like might have been a message about the show at Hey Cafe that we did for them.
Right.
But Joel sent a link on YouTube of like some demo video that they had recorded in a garage. I just remember it's very like dark and you can't really see any of their faces, and it was just this cool noodly mathy.
Right.
I think it was just all instrumental too. It's just like, this is really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool garage jams.
Yeah.
Champ. All right, so hanging out with all people.
Yeah.
Back at it.
Is there anything else that you guys would want to bring up?
I mean, we've been listening to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah. Oh, we have been
Man.
ditching the music in the van lately and really digging into some
I've been doing that too.
talk radio.
Dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so Serial, the second season of Serial.
Right.
we
That's a
listened
good.
to.
Yo, Jay loves that
Man.
podcast. Yeah.
I was driving and like so many times it was just like, what? Oh man, just like so worked up. Like
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to hear like a long story. You know?
yeah,
A
the
deep,
slow burn.
deep investigation.
Yeah.
We also listen to This American Life, which is a quicker story kind of deal. And then what was the other one?
Who does This American Life, or what's the premise of it?
Oh, so This American Life, actually, Serial is actually a like a spin-off thing from This American Life. This American
okay.
Life is a nearly 20-year-old show
Yeah.
from WBEZ in Chicago. The host is Ira Glass.
You know a lot about this.
Yeah, hey man, I've listened to a lot of This American Life. But it's each week they do a show with different stories about, like from across America, just little things about American life, and they choose a theme and they do between 2 and 5 different stories on it. Sometimes it's like reporting of news things that happen, or like telling a story, or sometimes it's like a comedian type thing, like can't think of his name. They have comedians on there.
Is
pretty
David
regularly.
Sedaris over
David
has done a
Sedaris,
few.
he does a lot of readings on there. And then Serial is the exact opposite of that. So instead of it being different stories each week, it's one story week to week. It's just like a deeper investigation.
So in depth.
Yeah.
So many interviews and so many different angles of this story.
Mm-hmm.
So
We also listen to a couple of fictional podcasts. Welcome to Night Vale. It's a really good one.
and the new one from the same people.
Yeah. So Welcome to Night Vale is like it's like a radio news broadcast from this fictional town called Night Vale. It's like a horror themed kind of thing. But it's all like a news broadcast. And then they made a scarier, less funny podcast called
More horror.
Yeah. It's Alice Isn't Dead. And it's from the perspective of this lady driving around America in a big rig, making deliveries, and strange things happen.
It's like her recording in like a self-recorder talking to Alice.
Right.
You don't really know who Alice is yet.
No, we're still learning here.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that one out.
It's spooky.
That sounds good. I'm in my car all the time, so I always
Yeah.
need podcasts to like help eat away time. So-
Totally.
Of course, I've got to plug Wait, Don't Tell Me. The nerdiest radio game show on NPR. I love it. I
saw
love
it live once. Huh?
Saw it live.
Yeah, we saw
in
it
New
live. It was
Orleans.
tight.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's just
It's
what
a
is
funny
it?
show.
Highbrow? Is that what you call highbrow comedy? Like just punny
Yeah.
news things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's for nerds.
This week on Wait, Don't Tell Me.
I could see.
Dude, it's so
That was a good
funny.
impression, Greg.
What's the Paula Poundstone is one of the comedians that's on there a lot, and she is hilarious. She is just one of the best comedians.
Nice.
Yeah. Should
I
check her
gotta
out.
give NPR another shot. I think. I've been trying to like follow the election as closely as I could,
Mhm.
and I listened to one NPR election thing, and there was like a 10-minute long like Harry Potter Quidditch analogy
Oh,
to how the Golden Snitch is like the New York primary or some bullshit, and I was just like, man, you fucking nerds, and I had to like turn on. I got so mad so quickly.
They get weird. They get. Ugh.
I appreciate the angle, I guess. I don't know. I also, because I try to counter that out, and I'll put on like a lot of bullshit conservative radio in my car.
Dude,
Sorry,
Jamaica's calling.
Jamaica's
Oh.
calling me.
Nice. Dude, pick it up.
No, they're gonna steal my identity.
It goes to
They've
Bob
got
Marley.
me before. Dude, maybe it's 420 in Jamaica today.
They knew exactly who to call.
Maybe that's what killed Prince in China.
Who knows?
Man.
What's
sad.
420?
It's 420.
What's
I forgot. Too high. I'm not high.
So I thought,
I don't get it.
D-Ray, when you were in the bathroom, I thought you were just taking like a monster, like making a monster bowel movement because I just heard, no, no, Prince! And I was like, why is he saying Prince? What does that mean? And then I
No.
realized, yeah.
Just curled up in the fetal position, being sad about Prince.
While pooping?
No,
Okay.
no. Sorry. Damn it.
Yeah, rest in peace to the Prince.
Rest in Prince.
Should we play like a minute of a Prince song? That's something we should do.
I think it's appropriate.
Yeah.
I think that's like
You're
a
not
good-
gonna find it on the internet. It doesn't allow that.
Oh, really? We'll see. Come on, you.
Serious, good luck. The rest of this podcast is gonna be us searching for Prince songs.
What's a good Prince jam?
I smell another dog fart.
Purple Rain is.
Yeah, that's
amazing.
standards. Let's do it. All right,
Is it
YouTube.
just live videos?
Damn, look at.
That's what I'm saying. Look
Oh
at that dude.
man.
He is.
Where you can look back and see your life. It won't
Well, I think that's the I mean, I'm vibing on something that I don't really for sure know what I'm talking about, but to some degree, the movie and music industry were much more in cahoots to some degree. Like
Yeah.
you could sell soundtracks to a movie and make a ton of money. Like I think there was even some movies like what was the what's that? The Big Chill? Was that the
Oh, yeah.
is that like
Big
I
Chill,
think
the
that
Motown
I think
soundtrack.
that Motown soundtrack did better than the actual movie itself.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was like this whole like
That's one of the best
era.
soundtracks. One of the
Yeah.
best records ever. It's just a comp.
Yeah.
Really just a Motown comp.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Purple Rain had something, to do with that, where it was this like consolidation of film and records being sold.
Yeah. You don't see that as much anymore.
No.
Like-
I wish it would come back. I wish it's just to me it's like a giant package, which people have such short attention spans. I
Yeah.
think that's why it's fallen off. But I'm hoping that there's like this hint of like people want it again. Please, let somebody
Well,
make them.
I think now that the internet's a thing, it's like we don't need to be spoon-fed all of our content. Like, oh, you like this movie? Check out this. I was watching Cisco music videos last week, and he did a music video for Rush Hour 2. So like they're doing kung fu, and like he's got a pet tiger, and like all this bullshit.
Yeah,
Of course
Or-
he
I remember
does.
this.
Or like Will Smith, right? The Will Smith plan.
Men in Black, Wild Wild West,
Yeah,
all that stuff.
pretty much. Mix it. I have.
Man, that's nuts. I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah, it just has. It doesn't happen
Wild
anymore.
West.
Wicked Wild Wild West.
It's just Wild Wild West.
Jim West. Yes.
How's everybody feel about the Willenium? It's
It's here. It feels good.
And we're living it. Yeah.
It's happening.
I mean,
It's happening.
it's kind of cool to be
It's happening.
alive during this part of history.
The Willenium. In textbooks, this will be noted as the Willenium era.
What's Will Smith's son's name?
See, I'm actually going on his Twitter right now on my phone. Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith.
Dude,
See,
he's out of his fucking mind.
He's really the one that's reaping the benefits of the Willenium. Because any other millennium, he would have been dubbed like kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Making
like
doo doo in my
very
neighborhood.
interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, there's that beetle again.
Oh, I thought Champ ate it.
I actually thought the same thing.
Yeah, we got dogs and
I thought that
bugs.
was going to be another film and album reference.
Hey, there's that bug again, starring
Well, I mean,
Will
the Beatles
Smith.
did all those movies.
the Beatles. Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, you better wash your hands. We went to this restaurant in Florida when we were there recently, and the bathroom had a separate soundtrack from the restaurant, and all of them were like parodies of famous songs, but about washing your hands. So it was like the Beatles, I Want to Hold Your Hand, but it was
You Better
wash your hands.
Where was that? That
It
sounds
was-
awesome.
Tampa?
Yeah, it was
Tampa.
Yeah. It was like this really cool Mediterranean restaurant. And like we all had the same experience. Like somebody would go to the bathroom and come back and be like, did anybody else go to the bathroom? Did y'all hear?
What was happening
Was
in
I
the bathroom?
imagining that? It was good.
So he's toned down with his tweets. They're not as intense. The one that I just passed that I think is funny. Oh, here we go. Kurt Cobain is still alive. 61,000 retweets.
Oh my god, Jaden.
Oh, but next tweet, he lives inside the souls of the youth. And
Oh.
each letter is capitalized. I mean, each word is capitalized, so it's like it's like a title of a movie.
Oh.
Here's another one. Kid Cudi is a genius. That's 100% not true. That guy fucking sucks. He had one okay album because he cashed in on college kids that smoke weed, and then everything he's done after was bad. Lost in My Reflection. These I'm gonna fall in a Twitter hole when you guys leave because there are some gems. Do any of you guys tweet? Any Twitter plugs?
Greg's been all about the tweets lately.
The Comrec Twitter.
I think I'm like the most involved with Twitter, but even that in comparison to most people with smartphones, I'm probably like 10% as involved with Twitter as the rest of the
hard.
world.
Yeah, it's hard work, dude.
Well, it's not only that. I'm just my brain just doesn't handle being that engaged with a social media platform. I mean, I'm very active on social media. I'm not gonna lie, but just like the amount of
That shit bums me out.
it's a lot of
can't help it.
trivial shit. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I'll put my phone down and I'll be like, wait, what did I just spend the past 90 minutes doing? Like,
And that's
how many
scary.
dog
I've
videos?
been
can I
I've been
watch?
reading this book lately, Organized Mind, and it talks about such things as like engaging your brain in. I mean I don't want to vibe on this for too long, but just like the detriment that it can have on being too engaged with those types of mediums, because it'll actually make it to where your ability to focus on something will be drastically reduced over years of time. Like it's not just like a guess, it's like a fact.
Yeah. I mean, you have this instant gratifying thing in your pocket all the time, this fun light up box thing, and you push a button and it makes you happy, or like you post a picture and it's just like, I'm convinced you're just getting like a dopamine drip. That's what Cheech says all the time. Like,
Exactly.
on from your phone, you know?
Just makes you impatient in everything else, I feel like.
Yeah.
Or it can. It doesn't, but
Yeah. I've been thinking about going back to the flip phone, but I probably won't ever. I'll probably just consider it for a long
Right.
time.
I try to like think about like, do I need to do this on my phone right now? Can it wait? Is this necessary? And
Yeah.
you know, some things I'll just like be like, no, that can be put off because I'm at a show or I'm at work or
Yeah. I got a
got other things
ticket.
to do.
I got a ticket on
Yeah.
last Tuesday.
That's what your ticket was? in
Yeah,
your
I was
car?
booking someone that offered a show on Facebook, and I felt like I had to answer right then and there in the car driving. And I like was doing 40 in a construction zone, got in a left lane, turn lane, just to go around everyone in the right lane. I didn't even realize I was doing it because I've driven through this town like so many times, but I did a lot of shit. And the cop was like, "And you're on your phone? Like, what are you doing?"
Oh my gosh.
So he was mad. I think it's like a $250 ticket too.
Whoa.
It
Wow,
sucks.
that's a lot of money.
Yeah, they don't play around. They don't play no games. In Milltown, New Jersey, they got me pretty
They
good.
definitely don't play any phone games.
True.
Yeah. Candy
No
Crush.
Candy Crush. Yeah. Have you guys ever seen the Breakdown app?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I know I'm a hypocrite 'cause I'm talking about how much I hate phones and shit, but
Check this out.
yeah, check out this cool app.
Yeah, don't forget to share and repost this podcast.
Yeah, please.
If you're
we need
listening right now.
we need
Yeah.
your retweets. It really means a lot to us. So, drum beat, and then. Oh my god. There's a change the China symbol. There's just. Oh man, that's how I spend all of my
Yeah,
toilet time.
That's pretty great.
I think we should end the podcast with that.
I could do a 10-minute improvised.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I'd listen to the podcast only for that.
You can push it as fast as you want, and it chugs. All right, so we're almost wrapping up, right? We probably should. Are there any
should wrap
other
up.
you want to play? We can go out with a song from a band. You want to play
Hmm.
a new artist, new community records artist? We could play an all people song. We could do both.
Maybe it's appropriate to play it.
Yeah, you guys are on tour,
Yeah. We are touring on our new record. We got some,
which is through your
fresh
own record
songs.
label,
It
Community
is through
Records,
our record
which
label.
has been a label for 7, 8 years.
on.
8 years. It's past 8.
9.
We're going on 9.
That's awesome.
Next year.
Yeah, congrats on that.
Thank you.
It's really
Thank
cool.
you. You've been a part of it since
Turning-
pretty much the beginning.
Thanks, Joe.
Turning 30 and
Remember,
9.
Jojo.
meeting you at the Charm City Art Space in Baltimore
Yes.
when we played with A Billion Ernies.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
had the
2009.
shit bag. That's,
Yeah.
It was that like 3-month window of my life where I
Goodness.
pooped in the bag.
That was
That was
What?
man.
Oh, you
yeah.
guys didn't know about that?
I don't
You check
know
out
you.
this scar.
Jojo.
And this is a long zipper scar where they cut me. I'll show you a video after. I shit on
No,
a house.
please don't.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, no, you have
Probably
to
one of
see
my
it.
favorite
Joe.
internet videos of all time.
Oh, Joe.
It's a good one. It's cool.
On that note, here's our new song.
Yeah, check out this All People song. What song you want me to play?
It's called Throw Your Poop Bag on the house.
Something from the self-titled new record.
Yeah.
All people. With their record, All People.
Oh, well, you only got the first 3 up.
I mean, we can play slow. Play the first song
Okay,
off
cool.
of the record.
I like this one. All right, here's All People.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks for listening to this Choke Artist podcast. We're gonna do more of these if you like that. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Cool.
Come see
All
us on tour.
Go see All People on tour. Check out Community Records. If you're ever in New Orleans, they do a bunch of cool stuff.
Hey Cafe, Mid City Pizza.
Yeah, pizza shops and cafes. They got a good thing going. So thanks, guys.
Afraid of thinking out loud. Can't sleep alone. Continuous counting clouds my conscience. I've got no control. I need to be immune. Just give me a show. Make them stop. Make them slow. Make them stop. I need to be immune. Just give me a show. Make them stop. Make them slow. Make them stop. Counting sheep. Lucky stars. Get no sleep. I'm not in charge. Counting sheep. Lucky stars. Get no sleep. I'm not in charge. No. Not in charge. No. Lucky stars. Hold on to you. Never-ending soundtrack to the mundane and extravagant.